Hey everybody, welcome back to the Outer World. I've come back to Velma because we can actually resolve the poster situation for our boy at the gate. We're going to try and hook him up real soon. But I just wanted to say thanks for sharing the insights based on what I talked about at the end of the last video, where I was kind of like, I'm not sure if I'm feeling the engagement here. And there's a lot of, I talked about there's a lot of side quests and it's kind of go here, do that, do this. But there was a lot of comments, and I appreciate that. And you kind of had two camps. One of the camps was, this game focuses in a lot on faction relations and intricacies between the characters, and the overarching plot isn't as big of an issue as developing these smaller kind of subplots within. And then you had the other side of the coin, which was more like, oh well, you just don't get it. You don't understand. You just don't get it. Maybe it's somewhere in between. I don't know. But I want to feel that drive, and I want to feel that kind of grippiness from it. So we're gonna spend some time in this area and eventually get to Devil's Peak, which is around us somewhere. There's supposedly some pretty interesting stuff going on with Amber Heights and the Iconoclasts, so we're going to investigate that as well. But for now, let's start with turning in...
I'll give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Yeah, respect.
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
I didn't realize that we could have told her, hey, Nell's no longer interested in the poster, which is true because of what we...
That's a surprise.
...did with her earlier.
Tossball being part of her business and all. Take the poster then. And if I never hear another word about it, it'll be too soon.
Most
Something
importantly, if nothing else good happens, Grim's gonna get his poster, and I will be satisfied. And that is the most important thing. So let's drop on by, and then we're gonna leave these walls and probably get into trouble, I would imagine.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in.
You are going to be very happy.
Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
I was going to say, the bits are probably not necessary. But, okay, Grim. What's the tossball blocker? Oh, look at this. Level 18 melee weapon. Who could use this? 15... 16. Okay, Nyoka, take the tossball blocker. And we're going to make sure these guys are both set on mix so they can kind of just do whatever they want. And now, it's time for us to head out of here. We did kind of map out a few things. We're going to leave the walls. What is that? Oh, Scylla. That's the exact wrong one to be mapping out.
This is the simple truth. We are all molecular machines. The body is a collection of atoms. The mind is a consequence of chemical reactions. Therefore, our lives are predestined along a path that is only visible in retrospect. Life is fated and unstoppable.
And you're unshut-upable.
I was waiting. I was like, okay, yeah. We knew she was going to speak up. It's funny. Vicar Max is like, he's one of those guys where you're kind of... I'm reluctant to bring him because I know he's just going to be very like, I am Vicar Max. Here's all the things that I know. But then it's also pretty funny. And I don't know if maybe bringing him and like the robot would be kind of interesting. That could work out. Okay, this is real close. So we're going to go search this place. Braxton was making a delivery to a house south of Stellar Bay. Perhaps you can find him or an indication of where he might have gone next. This is the guy who wasn't showing up to work. And we went to his apartment. And now, well, is leading us out here. So
Hold on to your hats, children. This ride is about to get ugly.
Oh, you
You'll get
might
used to
be
it.
right.
Give it 10 or 15 years.
Let's see if we can take this kind of back alley path. Well, we're definitely going to have to... Well... Maybe not definitely. But one wrong move and we will be fighting. Hello.
Visitor? What an unexpected surprise. Please, come in. Come in.
That's creepy.
I'm getting real bad fighter
Yeah,
right now.
seriously.
Watch your step. People ain't this friendly outside city walls.
I, for one, welcome a reprieve from our travels. That is, if you'll have us, kind sir.
That's the spirit. Now come in. Make yourselves comfortable.
He's a murderer for sure, right? He's definitely a murderer. We're looking for a man named Braxton.
I'm afraid we don't get many visitors out here. The Raptidons and Marauders scare off all but the boldest.
Right.
And if you've braved them, you must be exhausted. Why don't you stay for dinner?
Is Braxton the dinner? You sure you haven't seen this? We heard he was delivering medicine to you.
I'm sure I would remember something like that. Now, quit fretting yourself about that. Make yourself at home.
Oh, no.
Dinner's almost ready.
No.
Something ain't right about this.
Exactly. What the frick is going on in here? I'm just gonna pop upstairs a minute. Martha Mather, Levi Mather, Edgar Mather, Lizzie Mather. Locked door. Mather house key. I'm going in. Make sure she can't see us. Okay, this is taking us back out. That is suddenly not a great option. Levi Mather's poetry journal, private, do not read. We will obviously read this. Sunrise. The sun crests on the horizon as soft, round, and warm as the lump of a cysty pig. The day is fresh and alive with possibility. Trees. Ever-reds rise from the ground, glistening and triumphant in daylight. They remind me that life can grow even here amidst the dust. Sky. Monarch 1 grows large and dark, like a mouth that eats the sky. I try to think of words I had to describe it, but something dark swallows them too. Wait, he's like, see, this is all like well written, and then down here, he's like misspelling things slowly over time. There's an ache sharp in my stomach, hurts all the time. Food makes me sick, water makes me sick, always hungry, so I can't think. What the hell's going on here? Whoa.
Hey, what are you doing in my room?
That could have been bad. Sorry, I was just looking around, my bad.
Liar. You're trying to steal the last of my rocket candies, aren't you?
No, I'm honestly not. No, I'm leaving. Oh, okay. We've got more. What the frick is going on here? Get in here, guys. Yeah, this. Look at what's going on in here. Okay.
I thought I'd seen the worst of humanity before.
These sulfur-sodden assholes.
There's Braxton.
Enough that the raps eat everyone? Now people are doing it too?
Okay. Floss, please return to Velma, or current supervisor of MSI fishery operations in Stellar Bay. Whoa. Escape the house. Yeah, okay. She's gone. We had that door that we unlocked over here. Let's do that. I am gonna take her stuff now. They deserve it. And hello? That was weird. Very, very weird. They're definitely eating that guy, right? Like, they're definitely eating that guy. Oh, did I not level up our skills here? Okay, let's do this. We'll go into Intimidate. I also, I made a comment at the end of the last video, too, where I was talking about, we would get a quest, go and do the quest, lie, persuade, whatever, and it was kind of, like, very straightforward. And, I think the way that I explain that made people kind of feel like can't fast travel near hostels. Made people kind of feel like I was complaining about the difficulty. Found a new flaw, acrophobia. After repeatedly falling from great heights, you no longer function well when the ground is far beneath you. Dexterity, perception, and temperament -1 for 1 perk point. Yeah, I'm going to reject that. Thanks. That's not really the way I was intending that to come across, but the idea for me is more about like the pacing and just being able, like, everything was resolvable that way. And yeah, we've kind of built our character out to be a talker, which is cool.
A vicar, huh? You a true believer, or do you just like the tithes?
Why, that's borderline offensive, Ms. Ramnareem Wentworth. Of course I believe. The tithes are merely a well-earned bonus.
I met another believer once. Pushy type. He thought he'd been left behind for a reason. Thought he'd find some kind of cosmic truth in the wilderness. Got himself infected by a mantis and drowned in a sulfur pool. Some truth.
Truth.
Can't get more brutally true than survival of the fittest. But don't mistake us all for blind fools. Intellect plays a large part in who stays among the living.
Glad to hear it.
Let's drop this off.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Oh, we know, Velma. About Braxton.
That he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift?
Something like that. He was killed by the cannibals. They are cannibals.
That's... Wow. I sure feel like an ass now.
It's a pretty rotten way to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on Catherine herself. Still, it's good to know what happened to him. And that I ought to start looking for a replacement. Something else on your mind?
No, we're good. Good luck with all that, I suppose. Okay, now. Again, we should probably go outside. Some of these places that we saw looked like they were a little further out, so it won't make sense to come back here and drop off the quests. But we're gonna leave, and then we'll map out things again. Anyways, long story short, and last time I'll bring it up about what we were talking about, is just that I feel like I'm hoping that something happens where it's like, okay, there's our like intrigue, there's our oh cool, there's our moment where something is like really re-engaging. That's the ultimate hope. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And we'll try to enjoy it as much as we can anyways. Okay, so this is pretty close. I seem to remember something over here, but we may have done that already. Catherine, that's pretty far. That's the same thing. Signs of Mr. Pickett, Wilderness South. Okay, so that's pretty far as well. She wants to visit some of these graves. That's pretty far out there. Reginald Cheney. Okay, cool. So we're going to start with this then. And this is looking for Tucker Needham. Ran away from Stellar Bay a few weeks ago to join the Iconoclasts. His mother, Agnes, is willing to pay handsomely. And this will be cool to meet with this group.
But are you ever sober, Miss Remnarim Wentworth?
Only when I got a job to do. And even that ain't a guarantee.
Well, she's honest. We have a couple marauders here we might need to take out.
Show them how it's done.
Let's go.
To shreds?
I've had quite enough of you.
Good shot. So, supernova difficulty, where it says that your companions can, like, perma-die. Does that count if they just drop in battle, too? Like, if they just drop in a random battle, are they toast? That's something I was curious about. And I can imagine that... well, I would have no companions. That's for damn sure. That is for damn sure. Bayside Terrace. This is a knock you out bar. And also, I feel like I want to share those thoughts with you guys. I know some people would rather just not hear it and just only hear the good stuff, you know. But I feel it's valuable to share that so that you guys know where I'm at. Let's get rid of all of this. I don't think any of this is going to be good. We have level 12, 29 armor. She actually does need a helmet, so there you go. Vicar, he's all set. I still feel like I kind of need to hold on to these. Like, this is a huge engineering bonus, but I don't know where or when I would find value in that. I mean, I guess, honestly, I could argue that instead of having this armor, because we're pretty strong right now anyways, maybe we just take that and we just keep the engineering bonus. Whoops. Until we find something else that gives us a better bonus versus armor that we may or may not really need right now. Amber Heights. I suppose the front door is a good option. What I'm curious about is whether or not this kid came here intentionally or not.
Well, hello. Hello, and welcome to the home of the Iconoclasts. I'm Rose. Please take a pamphlet.
Oh no, they're a pamphlet
In
group.
it, you'll find everything you need to know about Graham, his philosophist truths, and the Iconoclast way. He wrote it himself, you know. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting we're out of pamphlets. Gosh, blast it.
Are these guys kind of like... Well, let's find out. Who are the Iconoclasts?
Why, we're the only free people in Halcyon. No corporations, no shackles, no problems.
Yeah, but just this Graham guy running everything? What about Raptidons or Marauders?
Oh, those are just hurdles. We deal with them as they come. You're welcome to stay with us, so long as you can earn your keep.
One big happy cult. I'm just looking for work. Do you have a boss or a leader or something?
Oh, sure. Graham's our founder. He
Yeah.
taught us how to cut our own path in the wilderness. And I guess some folk have started following Zora's orders.
Zora?
You can think of those two as our leaders, but they're more like examples. We all ought to be more like them.
This gives me really powerful Scientology vibes. Tell me about Graham.
Why, he's our founder. Graham taught us about philosophism. Through him, we came to the eternal truth. I'm glad you're asking, by the way. I hope you'll consider staying.
The eternal truth. What about Zora?
She's been with us since the beginning. I think she was our sawbones back then, but now she's more like our commander. She goes and finds people in the wilderness and gets them to come here. And she keeps us from being chewed on and whatnot. She's liable to take your head off if you screw up, but then she'll sew it back on for you.
Oh, so she's perfect. All right, and where are they at?
Graham's place is in the large building straight back. Zora's sometimes there talking with him, but usually she's in the triage clinic next door.
Okay. Why are you here in not Stellar Bay?
Oh, Graham settled here a long time ago. Shoot, I wish I had a pamphlet to give you. It's all in there.
Yeah.
I wasn't around back then, but they say a lot of the old MSI corporate folks died here. He calls it a spiritual metaphor, something about rising from the ashes.
So, okay, this is very much going to be like a pseudo-religious group. Religious, maybe I'll be wrong on that, but it's something similar that we can make comparisons to. Have you heard of this Tucker?
The new boy! Yes, he's quite clever. He took to our teachings very quickly.
Okay, so he's all in.
Last I saw him, he was headed into one of the buildings up the hill.
We're going to go talk to him first. Do we have anything... There you go. So I wonder, like, if he really wants to stay here, I'm not going to force him to go back.
All I'm saying is it ain't worth it. It's gonna taste like sulfur all the same. Nuh-uh. Taro's got that sweet.
They all seem super chill. Tucker.
Looks like I'm not the only new face around here. What do I call you, stranger?
Well, he's definitely not young. Captain Cyrus Odd, please.
Welcome to Amber Heights, Captain. Call me Tucker.
I will.
You here to join the Iconoclasts? Help us free this world?
Free from what?
Why, from the yoke of corporate tyranny. It's what all us Iconoclasts strive for, with Graham at the helm. We want unfettered freedom, not the lies that MSI tries to sell in Stellar Bay. True escape from all rules and constraints. You want to know more? Listen to Graham's broadcasts. He's been talking up a storm, working to elevate the minds of all the corporate drones in this colony, getting them to rise up.
So, no rules or limits? Well, let's roll with it. Sounds like a utopia.
It is. Just look at what a paradise Amber Heights is. We could take this world...
Paradise.
No.
It's a stretch.
Galaxy-wide.
Only the vastly ignorant, such as one who has never even seen a picture of Byzantium, could call this a paradise.
I'm with Max for once.
I've heard of that place. Graham once said the folks who live there are bound by chains they themselves bought. Sounds awful.
That's also a good argument, because they're super rich, but it's like, they still have problems. So wait, you're the little boy from Stellar Bay. I feel like... Okay, well, let's see.
I am not a little boy.
I see that.
Haven't been one for decades, no matter what my mama wishes. I take it she's still looking for me?
Ugh.
I'd hope she'd accept my decision.
I mean, she kind of made it like you were in danger, asked me to rescue you.
According to her, stepping foot outside of the house in broad daylight is too dangerous. My entire life, she crammed a fear of danger down my throat. Don't go play with friends. Mantisaurs will tear your arms off. Don't leave the city. Raptidons will spit acid on your face. Marauders can violate you. You'd fall in a sulfur pool. I stuck around way too long, ruled by her fears. I'm 42 years old, but she still sees me as a little boy in need of her protection. I won't stand for it, I tell you.
Little Tucker, 42. Well, I'm getting that reward. Either you go back or I'll beat it out of her. Running away is for cowards. You need to face her and show her you've grown up.
She doesn't want to see me as anything other than her baby boy. Why would I go back again? What'll be different this time?
Because she's your mom, dude. Teach her the Iconoclast philosophies. Convert her so she can join you here, and then you're all together.
You're right. I can do this. I just need to stand my ground and make her see
That's
she
a good
can't
outcome.
control me anymore. No one can.
Just indoctrinate her, man. Like, come on. Come on. Do it. You know you want to. It's gonna happen. Okay. Problem solved. Problem solved. Okay, next we have Tucker, return to Agnes. We can do that later. This is Scylla. Catherine. I think this is probably closer, right? If we go outside. We should actually try and talk to the leaders of this area, the Graham guy. They said it was a... Well, this guy has a name. Let's talk to Ash.
Never seen you before.
I'm new here.
Take my advice. Move on. Get off-world if you can. If you can't, get to the bay. I've been halfway around T1. Monarch, they call it now. Been around it twice. Stood at the hot pole and the cold. Nothing on this moon for nobody. Just a lot of heartbreak.
You don't really fit in here. What happened to you?
A great many things. I'll tell you what. You want to listen to an old man ramble? There might be a job in it for you. I used to run with a squad of mercenaries here. Good folk. Fella named Lamont introduced me. Thing is, I ain't seen them in an age. Stands to reason they got themselves ate.
It's a pretty good option, actually. What did they do?
Mostly we protected folk from the beasts here. If it spat, scratched, or stung, we'd kill it for you. So long as you had the bits. We split ways around the time this twice-fucked moon got abandoned. Thing is, I got myself some fond memories. We had some keepsakes of ours we kept in a lockbox. And I've been thinking about seeing it found.
So, what are these keepsakes? These are not like photographs. This is like, I'm guessing, money or valuables.
Thereabouts.
Okay. What if they're still alive?
I'll be glad for it, but I ain't stupid. This planet tends to get people killed. I just want some closure.
Okay. There's a reason he's not going for himself,
Appreciate
but...
it, kid. I'm marking outposts on your map. We spend a lot of time out there. Might be a good place to start. Here's a key for the door.
Okay. Since we're heading out there anyways, let's look for... Well, that's Tucker. Here's the triage clinic, I imagine. The symbol.
It ain't right.
Which means the Graham guy is probably in here, right?
A Manta Queen.
Yeah,
Yep.
we felled it.
And Zora. Okay, cool.
But we lost 2 runners and 5 gun hands.
A total failure, then. So much for the ruins.
And hell only knows where the Van Oys are. They never showed.
I'm sure they're... let's talk later. It seems we have company.
Not so subtle.